Well, hi there, everyone. This is your host, ID Jester. Thanks for checking out my video here. Just an update here. We got two very important things to talk about. Two very important things. So, one is going to be an update to our D&D adventure that's on Thursday nights. And number two, we're going to be talking about what we can do to get you ready to play. So, first things first. Um, We had a little bit of an issue last Thursday with one of the players coming in late. And the reason he came in late is um, he had some personal issues, but it looks like his work is going to be switching his schedule around. And he's not going to be able to make it on Thursday night. So we had talked as a group about trying to do it at a different night with our schedules and everything. And he's not sure what his schedule is going to be. So what I'm going to do, since there's only going to be one, if and assuming that they don't complete this adventure this coming Thursday, there'll be two sessions. Um, so what I'm looking for is I need someone that can step in and run a halfling. Let's see, he's a halfling magic user. So taking over Quillisim um, character. He's a halfling. He's a wizard. So if you are interested in doing that, now is your opportunity. I hate to do this because I don't like to see players come and go. As I talked about in our intro video back when I first introduced and said, hey, let's get together and do some Dungeons and Dragons. I said it's very hard to get an online group to stay together because life always comes in. People's schedules at work change. They got to do things. They have issues. They have problems at home they need to take care of. Whatever. I mean, things happen. I'm not saying anything bad, but we've only played 4 sessions, and during that we've lost 2 players already. So you can see what I'm talking about. People just life gets in the way. That's why when I originally designed this, it was only going to be for an adventure, 5 sessions, 4 or 5 sessions, because people can't commit to a long-term campaign where you go a year, year and a half, or 2 years playing every week because life comes up. So, I don't want to lose Dylan. He was a great player and a really good. He put a lot of effort and time. He was really showed that he was interested in playing and emailing the group and emailing me and let me know what's going on and just a quality human being all the way around. So, Dylan, you know, you're always welcome back. What I'm hoping to do is when we talk about part two. Um, so Thursday night, we're going to be playing. We would like someone, or I would like someone, to step up and play his character form since he's not going to probably have Thursdays off anymore at his job. And I don't want, at this late time with only 1 or 2 sessions left, switch everybody's schedule around so we can play a different day for him. There might only be 1 session left, so it doesn't make sense to switch everything around if there's only 1 session. I don't think the players are going to get done in time because 2 hours seems like a long time, but it goes by like this. I mean, it's just, if you watch these sessions, it's like, I look down on the clock, it's already 10 o'clock, and I'm like, we just started. What happened? So it might seem like a long time, but you don't get a lot of things done in a couple hours. So, anyways, Thursday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested, you're going to play 1 or possibly 2 sessions. We need you. That would be great. You're going to be playing. I don't want to introduce a new character. I don't want to break the storyline of what's going on. I need someone that can come in and fill Quillisim's character, which is a halfling magic user. So if you can do that, if you want to play a halfling magic user, we already got the character created, all ready to go. We just need you to be able to join the group. So here is what you have to be able to do. Number one, you have to have a microphone and a camera. Okay? So you have to have a microphone and camera. If you don't have a microphone and camera, then unfortunately we can't accept you at this time. We might be doing something different when we talk about number two, but camera, microphone it has to be a requirement. Okay? And number two, you have to download, have installed and configured and ready to go Fantasy Grounds from Steam. It's free. Go to the Steam download page, type in Fantasy Grounds free demo. It doesn't cost you anything, zero. Download it, install it, make sure it runs, everything, when you click on it, it comes up to the login page uh, and all that. If you've never used Fantasy Grounds ever, that's fine. But you have to be available Wednesday night or Tuesday night. We will get together with the players and myself, and we will do a tutorial just like we did for Ron when he took over for the OG. And in one night, we can get you up to speed on how to operate Fantasy Grounds. It's not very hard. You just have to, there's a little bit of a learning curve that we need to go through ahead of time. So, you have to, number one, you have to have a microphone and a headphone and a camera. Okay, so some way to communicate in a camera. You have to have that, and you have to be able to run Fantasy Grounds. And, of course, good internet connection and all that stuff so that you can connect remotely to us and no problem. You're only signing up for 1 or 2 sessions. I'm going to say 2 because I just don't think the players are going to get done this week. So I'm going to say 2 sessions. That's why I decided to split this up into, if we think about chapters, or if we think about like a fantasy series of 10 books, if you look at Game of Thrones, 8, 10 books, or whatever they are, right? You're only playing the first book, which is the first adventure. That's all you're signing up for. Right now, we're at chapter 12 of that book. So there's only there's only a little bit left in this book. When this book is complete, or when this adventure is complete, then the players are going to reevaluate and decide if they're going to stay or go or whatever, and where they're going to continue the adventure. Or we might get new players, we might lose some players, depending on their feelings. They only signed up for 5 weeks. If they decide they're going to leave, we might have everyone leave, and then we'll maybe start again. But we're going to talk about that when we talk about part 2. So, unfortunately for us, unfortunately for the group, we're going to be losing Dylan again. Great human being, a lot of effort he put into it, and I know we were going to try and work around his schedule, but I just decided, unfortunately for him, nothing against him, because I think he's a wonderful guy, great person, and I want him to come back when we talk about number 2, second thing we're going to talk about, but I want him to come back and play some more with us. But unfortunately for him, that gives a spot open, and I mentioned this in our previous update that I did a week or 2 ago, that at a moment's notice we might need someone. And so I said at that time to download Fantasy Grounds, get it installed, ready to go, and get a camera and a microphone if you don't have one, so that way if we ever need someone, you're ready to go. Now, with all that said, I'm taking volunteers to step up. I would like, if possible, to have it one of our YouTubers from our community that would be able to join us. If I get 20 people that are interested in doing it, that would be awesome. Then we'll just choose one of the YouTubers. So nothing against subscribers or anyone else that want to join. That's fine. We're going to help you out in session number 2, or when we talk about number 2. So this is, if you're interested in playing a halfling magic user, now's your time to step in and play. If you are new to Dungeons & Dragons, never played it before, but you're interested in trying role-playing game, now's your time to step in. We can teach you Tuesday or Wednesday night. We'll have a couple hours session offline, and we'll just teach you what you need to know to operate how Fantasy Grounds, targeting enemies, find how to get information, how to quick link all your different attacks and stuff like that. It's not very hard. A couple hours, you'll be a pro at it. It's Just takes a little bit of practice. That's all. We want to make sure that you can do it ahead of time. So that's as simple as that. So when we get to the session, you are familiar at least with Fantasy Grounds, and we're not throwing you to the wolves, so to speak. Ron Junkett did it, and we had a test session with him a night or two before he started for the original Grognard, and he was able to pick it up pretty quickly, and he hasn't had any problems running it since then. So if you are new to Fantasy Grounds, that shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't be able to stop you. So your opportunity is there for you to join our session Thursday. This Thursday, which is going to be, let's see, today's the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, that would be the 25th, October 25th, right? Is that right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 22, 23, 24, 25, yeah, October 25th. And at 8 o'clock, it runs from 8 to 10:30. Now, we normally quit before 10:30, but just in case, you can assume 10:30. So 2 to 2.5 hour session, 8 to 10:30. And like I said, I'm hoping to get one of our YouTuber friends to step up and be interested, or anyone else that would be interested. Leave your thoughts and comments down below, and then I will find out who we're going to choose. If we have, like I said, 20 people, that would be awesome. And we'll just pick one at random and see who's available. So that brings me on to number 2. Every day since I've posted that, looking for players and who wants to play Dungeons and Dragons, who wants to play a role-playing game, and I've been running that role-playing What Is It series now. The reason I've been doing that is because I want to get more people involved in our Dungeons and Dragons adventures. I think there's a lot of people that are interested. I get messages all the time that I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, always wanted to, just never got around to it. I've always tried to figure out what a role-playing game is, and watching the series, I really kind of understanding what it is, but I've never tried it. It seems really cool. Every day I get a message like that. So this is number 2. I would like to get several groups eventually going. Maybe a group on Monday night, maybe a group on Thursday night, whatever we can get going there, depending on how many people are interested in playing. But I know a lot of people are not still familiar with role-playing or Dungeons and Dragons. I get a lot of people that say, I don't know how to play Dungeons and Dragons. I know it's a fantasy game, but I don't know anything about that. So what I'm looking from you guys is what I can do to help you become comfortable enough that you would say, oh yeah, I'll give it a shot. Again, you're only signing up for one adventure, which is one book from a series. We're not doing a whole campaign from start to finish unless every book, at the end of the book, you get to decide whether you continue on in the story. If not, we'll write your character out of the story. That's fine. So each chapter is probably, I'm just going to say now, 5 sessions. So if you can make it for 5 weeks in a row, and you think you can do that, then that's the first start. Second thing, obviously, camera, microphone. And third thing, again, you don't have to be familiar with Fantasy Grounds. You don't have to be familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, but I can help you with that. If you are sitting there at home going, well, I would love to join, but the reason I don't is because I don't know how to play Fantasy Grounds, and I don't want to do it and then look like an idiot. That's fine. Let me know in the comments section down below, because I can do some tutorial sessions on how to run Fantasy Grounds. And like I said, all the players that never run Fantasy Ground ever, and I got them up and running very quickly. Ron Junkett, who took over for the OG, he also got his Fantasy Grounds in one night, one practice session. Next session, he was in the fight, ready to go. So I can do some tutorial sessions on how to run Fantasy Grounds. If that's what's holding you up, if that's the reason, I don't want that to be the reason, okay? If you are sitting there going, well, I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, I don't know the rules, I don't want to join because, again, I don't know how to play the game, that's fine. let me know that in the comments section down below, because again, I will do some tutorial sessions on how to play the game from the basic stuff all the way up to everything you need to know to join the game. If you're sitting in there going, ah, I know I played Dungeons and Dragons 10 years ago. Fantasy Grounds doesn't seem like it's that hard, but I'm just not very good at role playing. I can run some live streams where we just have people get together and we just role play together and just role play fake stuff where the DMs or me says, okay, your character doing this. Now, how would you role play that? And then you would give your reply, and then we'll talk about why your reply was good, why your reply was bad, what you can do to improve on your role playing, or whatever. If role playing is your downfall, you don't feel comfortable, you haven't watched my soon to be 6 or 7, depending on when you're watching this, part series on role playing, you can watch these videos. But what I don't want to have happen is somebody out there that's interested in just trying it out, finding out for themselves if it's something they would enjoy or not enjoy. I think we have a lot of people that come and watch these shows that happen every Thursday because they're very interested in the story and they're interested in what's going on, but they don't want to participate in themselves. And I'm trying to find out why. What can I do to help you participate? I don't want you to sit on the sidelines. I want you to be part of the story. So what can I do to help you be part of the story? Again, if it's Fantasy Grounds, if it's Dungeons and Dragons, if it's role playing, let me know what's holding you up. Okay? If you're just scared to join because you're not sure, you've never done anything like that before, and you need help with everything, that's fine. Just let me know, because I am more than willing to create some tutorial videos on how to play Dungeons and Dragons for basic beginners. There's not much you need to know. The main thing you need to know is Dungeons and Dragons is just a fantasy setting where you role play a story with your dungeon master. And that's all it is. You tell the dungeon master what your character does, the dungeon master tells you the outcome of what happens. Back and forth you go, you create a story. It's very simple. Once in a while you roll the dice to find out the results. So I want to know 2 things. Number 1, who can step up Thursday for our friend Dylan Do, who can't unfortunately make it Thursday, for the rest of the adventure. I'm hoping to get Dylan in one of our groups. In fact, he might, I'm even going to have him try to come to one of our role-playing sessions. If we have live stream for how to play Dungeons and Dragons from A to Z, would that help you? Whatever it takes, if you can come and watch and ask questions, and we can. Why does it keep flashing like that? It's weird. It's like it doesn't like my red shirt. Maybe I don't know what it is. And we play Dungeons and Dragons, and you can ask questions. I don't understand. How does this work? Or what's this? What are you doing there? I don't understand, or whatever. If it's a live stream, there it is again. What the heck? If it's something like that that's holding you back, let me know in the comments section down below, because that's going to drive me insane. I'm going to have to not wear red anymore, I think. If that's what's holding you back, I don't want it to hold you back if you don't know Dungeons and Dragons. If you don't know role-playing, that's why I created that role-playing series, is because I don't want people to not play because they're not familiar with what a role-playing game is. I don't want people to not play or participate because they've never used Fantasy Grounds. I can do tutorials on all those different aspects, and we, like I said, we can have live streams if it's easier for you to come and do a live stream and ask questions while I do things. In fact, I might even schedule something like that. But I need 2 things. I need someone to step up for Thursday, hopefully a YouTuber out there. Again, if you're not a YouTuber, that's fine. Still let us know if you're interested, because if nobody else steps up, you might be chosen. All right, Thursday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, microphone, camera, Fantasy Grounds, downloaded, installed, configured, ready to go. Okay, And then we'll have a practice session either Tuesday night or Wednesday night for a couple hours, get you up to speed on how to do things in Fantasy Grounds. Normally, when I do that, a bunch of the other players swarm in and help you out, understand how to learn things. We have like a little practice combat, so you understand how combat works, how to quick link everything, how to move your character around, and understanding the basic concepts of Dungeons and Dragons or whatever we need to go over with you. A couple hours, Tuesday or Wednesday night, whenever you're available. Thursday night you'd play. And again, you're going to be playing a halfling wizard. Its character's already made up. If you've watched our series, it's going to be Quillisim, and we don't want to introduce a new character. So if you're not interested in playing that character, then this is not the session for you. What I would like, and number two, I would like to find out when this adventure's over. In a week or 2 weeks, we're going to be starting hopefully 1 or 2 different campaigns. Like I said, maybe one might be on the weekend, maybe a Sunday night, another one might be on Tuesday night or Wednesday night or whatever we decide. And I want to be able to get more people involved because I think a lot of people are interested in watching all this and enjoying it all. Maybe it's my arms when I move. I think it's the red shirt though. Anyways, so that's the outline of what's coming up. If you are not playing because you're not, that's going to drive me insane just watching. I'm sure it's driving you guys insane. If you're not playing or participating because you don't know role playing, if you're not playing or participating because you don't understand Dungeons and Dragons, or you're not playing or participating because you don't know Fantasy Grounds, I need to know because I will be more than happy. I don't want that to be the answer why you're not playing, because I think a lot of people are interested and there's something holding them back, and I don't want anything to hold you back because this could be something that you really enjoy. And if you really enjoy it, and after 5 sessions, you're only signing up for 5 sessions, right? So after 5 sessions you decide, oh man, this is way over my head, I don't like it or whatever, that's fine. You can then leave and drop out of the adventure and we'll get somebody else to pick up and play your character or whatever happens. So that's the update. Need somebody for this Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. Hopefully a YouTuber out there, one of our YouTuber friends that are familiar with this, and you can help us out. Hopefully, download, install, configure Fantasy Grounds free demo version. Don't buy it. You don't need to purchase it or anything like that. And then again, once this adventure is over, you'll get to see how things operate, and hopefully you'll come this Thursday and watch how things operate, and you can see the story unfolding. You can see how the characters interact with the Dungeon Master and one another as their story unfolds. Watch our role-playing series that I did. In fact, we're going to be doing number 7 for that series. I guess we'll do it like this. I don't know, 5, 6, 7, right? Number 7 is creating a character from scratch, from just boom, out of our imagination. We're just going to come up with something and we're going to do that, and then I'll post that video as well for you guys. So if you have no idea what you're even looking at when you're thinking about a character, you'll see it in action in the role-playing series. So I don't want anything to hold you back. Seriously, I want more people to participate, be involved, be interested. I see a lot of interest. I just think people are being held back for some reason. It's either Fantasy Grounds, or it's they don't know the rules of Dungeons and Dragons, or because they're unfamiliar with role playing. Again, I can run live streams, I can do tutorial videos, whatever you think would be best for you. Let me know in the comment section. And I appreciate you watching. Remember, what I'm all about and what everything that goes on in this channel is, what's your story? If you're not involved, you have no story. So if you want to be part of the story, just answer the questions. Come on down and play. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.